Hello, everybody. I hope that everyone is having a beautiful day. I have an encouraging word today, and I'm really excited to give it because it was so encouraging to me, and I just really want to be able to encourage somebody else with it also. I am Sharita. Thank you for watching, dear Sharita. Like, share, and comment if you like what you're seeing on this channel. Thank you so much for everybody that has already been watching, everyone that has subscribed. I truly appreciate it. And I hope that you've been receiving encouraging words every time I come on here to bring one. So today, I mentioned in one of my other videos before that I got on this journey. I've pretty much been on this journey this whole year. And I got on this journey. I wanted to grow some things, right? So if you go back to one of my other videos, you'll see where I talked about the different things that I was growing or planting. And so I've been just kind of nurturing those things, nurturing the herbs and the plants that I have grown, right? So I was out there checking on them and watering, make sure everything was good the other day, probably a few days ago. And then I started noticing the herbs, they're all growing really well, and even to the point to where I can utilize them. They're growing, everything is growing really well. Even the plants that should be producing fruits, they're growing, they're growing really well. So I'm like, okay, so when am I going to actually see some fruit? Because I planted them so long ago, and these plants I planted from a seed. So I've been waiting on them to produce some level of fruit. So I did see on one of them, it started to grow little flowers. And as I've been reading about it and doing the research and all those things, I've noticed that it said that, when I was reading about it, it said that the flowers would grow. So the flowers growing on it was normal. So I was like, okay, because I wasn't growing flowers. This is a fruit or vegetable that I'm actually growing. So I didn't expect for that one to have flowers on it. So when I started seeing the flowers, they were very pretty, very bright, very pretty flowers, but they weren't what I was expecting. So I wanted to make sure that I was doing everything that I was supposed to do to nurture the particular plant. So I was out there yesterday and I was just watering, and I don't know, I've gotten in that place now where I feel like I'm really getting into my gardening era because I was out there without even realizing it, talking to the plants. So I was talking to the plant, and one of the plants is a pepper plant, which is a plant that typically does not grow technically during the time that it's been planted. So it can survive during the time of the winter, but it technically does not normally produce fruit or peppers during this time of year that I planted it. But it is growing. It just has not yet produced fruit. So I was kind of talking to it. And then the other one that I grew, it has the capability of growing fruit, growing vegetables during this time, which is cucumbers. So it's not that it can't or won't, but it has to be in a favorable setting. It has to be in a favorable environment to grow the vegetables. So I was wondering about those too, because I wasn't seeing the vegetables. I was looking at the pepper plant. I was seeing it looks very healthy and it's growing. And I was talking like, okay, when am I going to see some type of? This was before I read about it and realized that it probably won't. So it's not supposed to have any peppers on it. So I was looking at it, and as I'm talking to the plants and that sort of thing, I went down and I started to kind of nurture the cucumber plant. And when I was looking at it, I saw that the cucumber plant actually has started to grow cucumbers. I can see I can see baby cucumbers growing, specifically one at that time. I could see it starting to grow. The plant, the little flower was still connected to it, but it was starting to grow to very well. You could clearly see that this is a cucumber that is starting to be produced. And I got so excited for several reasons, because I'm the type of person, I always look for the message. I always look for the word. I also always look for what God is saying to me in everything that's going on around me. So as I'm looking at this, and I was like, man, I was just thinking about this. I was just wondering, when am I going to see some actual fruit or vegetable produced on the plant that I grew, the seed that I planted in the ground. So as I'm seeing this and I see it starting to form, I hear the Lord letting me know that your time for season for growth is here. He was letting me know that the season for growth is here. And it just encouraged me. And I wanted to tell somebody else that today, that I know you planted some things a long time ago. I know there's some things that you have put the seed in the ground for some time ago. I know there were some things that you started a long time ago, and you've been waiting for those things. They've been producing little bit by little bit, and you have continued to nurture them. You continue to check on it. You continue to make sure that these things have been cared for, getting the water that they need, getting the light that they need, getting the whatever it needs for you to continue to help it to grow. And God is saying right now that thing that you've been nurturing, that thing that you've been caring for, the thing that He in the first place told you to plant a seed for, He has also been nurturing it. He has also been watering. He has also been working behind the scenes. And guess what? Now it's time to produce. And you're getting ready to start seeing, if you haven't seen already, you're getting ready to start seeing the fruit that is supposed to be coming from your labor. The harvest is coming. The growth is near. The thing that you're working so hard for. And guess what, you guys? So that was just that Sunday when I saw that one little piece. But since then, I've looked at it, and it's been several days in between. It's been about a couple days, about 4 days now, since I've been actually able to even really look at it again. And now, guess what? I see cucumbers sprouting in several other places. And then He spoke to me again, y'all. He said, it's now you've seen the one, you saw where it began, but now I'm getting ready to expand. I'm getting ready to magnify the things that are growing. So it's not going to be one or two things producing here or there. It's going to be several situations, because the thing is, we planted seeds a long time ago, and we are not necessarily we haven't been able to see all the seeds produced. But the thing is, just because we don't see the full process behind the scene does not mean that it has not been working for our good all along. So just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. But guess what? Right now, you're going to see it. Right now, you're going to see it. And you're not just going to see one thing. You're going to see several things, because He says that He opens doors for us. He creates opportunities for us. And it's not just one, it's plural. So the things that we have been waiting for, the things that we have been looking for, they are now coming to pass. So this is something definitely to be excited about. I was so excited about seeing the fruit or vegetable being produced. And then He started speaking to me, letting me know that right now in this time, because He had already spoken before, letting me know that December was getting ready to be a different type of month for me. He told me this several months back. December was getting ready to be different. He has now shown me in this little situation that I'm telling you about today to encourage you, that it's not just your physical plant that's getting ready to show you what I've been working on. It's not just that. It's all those things behind the scenes that you did when you were obedient. Those things, you planted the seed with your obedience. And when you planted the seed with your obedience and you nurtured it and you continued to do the thing that I asked you to do, now I have been working behind the scenes, and you're getting ready to see what all of that was about. You're getting ready to see what was going on behind the scenes, and you're going to see the fruit from your labor. I hope that you guys were blessed, because just like I told you, I was so blessed from it. I'm so excited because I'm not just seeing the fruit of my physical labor with the actual plants. I am seeing the fruit. I'm seeing opportunities being created that I didn't even know were out there, guys. This is what's starting to happen right now. And it's so funny because he said December. So when December came in, I'm like, okay, I'm expecting something in December. Of course, not thinking that it's going to start happening at the end of December. The thing is, we cannot put limitations on what God says he's going to do. We can't put it in a box. We can't look. I couldn't look at December the 1st and say, okay, December the 1st is here, God. What's going on? I don't see what it is that you were talking about. No, because guess what? He does what he wants, when he wants, and how he wants. And everything that he does it for our good. Even if we don't understand it, even if we can't see it, he does it for our good. He does it for our good. We have to remember that. And he is a God of his word. He is a God that keeps his promises. And I'm definitely seeing that. And I know that if you're not seeing it already, you might as well start looking, because it's coming before the end of this year. Yes, in these next few days, you're going to see so many different things turn around in your life that you could not even have imagined. So get ready for it. I'm excited for you. And have a wonderful rest of the day, knowing that some things are getting ready to change for your good. Yes.